Buenos dias, mi gente. My name is Hector, and welcome to the channel. So today is Friday. Let me see if I can slip this in here. Hold on. I'm slipping you guys in between my cabinets. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I'm a genius. You're... All right, lady, calm down. Anyway, today is Friday. So today is a push day. I'm about to go to Mid-City in a little bit. If you're coming from yesterday's vlog, sinus infection, I guess. I don't know what the hell's going on. But I took a Benadryl not too long ago. So it kind of cleared up. And yeah, so I'm going to make me a quick breakfast, even though it's 1 o'clock. And it's going to be a very carb, protein-filled breakfast, so I could go ahead and get ready for the gym for a good old push day. I'm going to do the same thing yesterday. Me and Bella took a quick walk. It was like a 20-minute walk this morning. I'm not going to do a long walk, but I'm going to take her back out before I head to the gym because I want to make sure she's good. And I like to take a walk with her anyway. But today is an exciting day for me. I am very excited because I am finally watching Superman. Oh my God. I don't know how I've this whole time I've avoided spoilers, but I'm so happy I did. I had to dodge bullets. Anytime I see his face on a post, I just swipe as fast as possible. All I know is that it's making record numbers for DC, and I'm very happy because I'm more of a DC kind of comic book guy than I've always been a Marvel guy. Although I do love my Marvel movies and comics and animated shows and all that stuff, I always had DC a notch above, and Superman is one of my favorites, although Batman is my number one, of course. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's been weeks since that movie's been out. And every comic book movie, I've always been a day one kind of guy. Midnight release with all my nerdy people, bro. And we could go crazy. When I bought the tickets, there was probably like 4 other couples, because there were 2 or friends, whatever, either way. There was 4 other pairs in the theater, so it's not going to be packed with my nerds, where, if something crazy were to happen, or if some surprise would happen, the theater erupts. I won't get that feeling, unfortunately. But, it is what it is. Life happened. We finally recovered to the point where we're comfortable again. So, we're watching Superman today, and Fantastic Four next week. Cannot wait for that. But yeah, man, I'm just so excited. I know I went on a little rant of my nerdy side. It's more of a glimpse into who I really am. I've always been a nerd, always will be a nerd. When I start finishing my tattoos, there's going to be a lot of nerd references. As you already see, I already have one with Vader, because he is my all-time favorite GOAT. He is the man. You don't mess with Vader. Anyway. Alright, it's a little past 1. I'm gonna make my breakfast and then walk Bella and then head out of here, get to Mid-City, so that way I can get back, shower up, and then we head out for the movie theater. The movie's at 8. I haven't been to the movies in a little bit, so I'm excited. Oh man, I'm so excited. Alright. Breakfast is all done. I made me a beautiful pre-workout meal. 100 grams of cream of rice. Sprinkled on top is chocolate PB2 powder. Then I got 6 ounces of skirt steak with a cup of eggs. Inside is 2 slices of cheddar cheese, a protein shake, and a jug of water. Now I'm gonna consume this just like yesterday. Just go, oh, you know, and let that digest. And then in about an hour, head over to the gym and get me a good push day in. I'm so excited. Push day is my favorite. I mean, they're all my favorite. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, sinus is still sinusing, but I could breathe at least a little bit better. But yeah, I'm gonna grub down because I am starving. Bella's like, yo, I just want some of that steak, though. You already had your food. You had your food. You're not touching my food. We gotta go on a second walk anyway. Yeah. All right, I'm out of here. Give me a little, see you a little bit. Ah! All right, it's 2:30. Let's get moving. We gotta go take a walk. Yeah, that's when you stop, right? She's like, what? We're going walk? We're going on a walk? All right. Ah! Get out of here, bro. Anyway. Sinus is still sinusing. That was quite a big breakfast. I still feel it, but by the time I get to the gym, it'll probably be like another hour. I'll probably get there by 3:30 because we're gonna do like a 20-minute walk. And then with the way the bus been going on, I'll probably get there by 3:30, finish around 5:30-ish, get home, shower, and then head out to the movie theater to watch Superman. All right, let's go. Come on. Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. Boy, my ass is still, I feel it, boy. That leg day. Woo! Pause. All right. All done, all done. The sinus infection or whatever the hell I got, sinus congestion, the sinus garbage is affecting my strength. I could not breathe. I could not breathe during the set. Yeah, it was a struggle. It was a struggle, but got it done. Still went hard. Now, as you know what time it is, Superman. Yes, sir. All right, let me get home. I'm exhausted. We ready for Superman? We here. So excited. I'll give you guys my honest review, no bullshit. So see y'all in a couple hours.
Yeah, I made the call because my addiction became too much. I want to feel like myself.
All right, we're home. The movie is still marinating. There's a lot to process because, all right, so they clearly drew inspirations of Golden Age Superman, drew inspirations of All-Star Superman. Guy, I never liked Guy being Green Lantern as a choice, but I guess that's because James Gunn is going to go for the more whimsical version of DC, which I'm on board with. That was the whole tone of the movie, was very whimsical, very comic booky. And clearly the congestion's still there. Like, it actually was so bad in the theater. But anyway, the movie, I'm not going to get too nerdy into the talk because I know, that's only for certain people. I gave it a solid 8.5 out of 10. A minus, let's say. And some people who are, diehard fans were upset. Superman was very weak. Wow, he was very weak. It's only year 3 Superman. So you can't really sit here and say he's not going to come off the gate as the ultimate Superman and be all powerful and almighty. He's still learning. They played really heavy into the Superman trope of no person or animal dies. He even saved a squirrel. But, it kind of downplayed of how strong Superman really is. So we'll see. But I guess they learned their lesson for Man of Steel because, they were not going to have Superman kill at all. Even Lex Luthor, now, I forget the guy's name, but Lex Luthor, hands down the best part of the movie. Like, he killed it. He killed the role. Like, it was a mix of Kevin Spacey is his name? I forget his name. But you know what I'm talking about. His ruthlessness, and the wit of the original Christopher Reeve's Lex Luthor. It was a really good mix. While he put a modern spin to it, I really appreciated it. You can't have a superhero movie without a good villain. You can never have a good superhero movie without a good villain. You need a good villain, and Lex Luthor killed it. I'm very happy that the DCU finally has a launching pad to create their own universe now to combat Marvel, because Marvel has been fumbling the ball the last couple years. And plus, Crypto was dope. I love Crypto. Anyway, Push Day was great. I feel good. It was hard because I cannot breathe. So like that really, like I really felt weak. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But, you know, if it is allergies, because apparently you could develop allergies, that's going to be annoying. But, you know, I'll figure it out. I got to go buy medicine tomorrow and start taking medicine for this because it's actually getting quite annoying. I'm out of here. Macros all over, as always. It was so good to finally see Superman. Next week is Fantastic Four. Yeah. I herald Galactus.
So I have a week to prepare. Okay.
Yeah, well, yes, you do. All right, I'm out of here. You already know. Like, comment, and subscribe. We only on the way up like Superman. All gas and no brakes with it. You heard? Have a good night, mama. Thank you for watching, guys. If you would like to watch last week's video, the video will be to the right. My social handles will be right below. And as always, all gas and no brakes with it. If you'd like to continue this journey, just go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day.